Hey Nan, this video is for everyone that participated in our Freaky Fun flash sale last week. If you purchased the Spooktacular Shredder toy, this video is to show you guys how you can make it. So keep watching and we will go through it step by step. If you lay everything out from your toy kit, it makes it much easier and faster to make the toy. Some extra supplies that you will need that did not come in the kit will be a pair of scissors and something to help you pull the poly rope through the rubber animal, whether it be pliers, a hook, or even a bobby pin or a piece of wire will help you out with that. So the first thing we're going to do is take our poly rope. You would have received a 8-foot strand piece of poly rope. You're going to fold that in half and cut it. Once you cut it, you should have 2 4-foot strands of poly rope. We're a little twisted right there. What you're going to do with the 2 4-foot strands are bring the 2 ends together, like so. So you'll have all 4 ends together, pull it tight, and then you will find your center, or more like your halfway point, which is right here. So this end where it's not cut and it's looped together or folded in half, this is the part that we will string through the base and the rubber animal. Now I realized upon making this video that I made an error. So everyone that received their kits, you may run into an issue. I hope this does not keep you from making your toy. But I realized that the frisbees, I had only put a hole in them big enough for 1 strand of poly rope. I wanted you guys to be able to pick what color base you wanted to use for the toy. So I didn't put the big hole in it that's needed for the 4 strands to go through on the top of the toy. I only put the small hole. So that's going to be an issue for you. What you can do is either use 1 frisbee on each strand instead of only 3 frisbees, and not use it on the for the base of the toy. You could use something that has a big enough hole that all 4 strands can go through. If you want to do that, if you want to change it up a little bit and use that as the base instead of the frisbee, or if you have something at home that you can use to make this hole bigger, because this is the issue that we're having right now. Those 4 strands doubled over are not going to fit through there. So if you have something at home that you can use to make this hole bigger, because you like the way that this looks with the frisbee, then feel free to do so. And I apologize and hope that this does not keep you guys from making your toy. 2 things that you could use if you have at home is either a soldering iron. It will melt the hole and you can make it a little bit bigger. Or if you have a crocodile, then you can use that, which is what I'm going to do here. You just have to punch it a couple different times to make the hole a little bit bigger. I would not recommend using a drill just because it's easy to crack the frisbees when you are using a drill. If you feel confident, then more power to you. So now the hole's big enough. So what we're going to do is take your folded strand right here, the 2 pieces, string it through here, and then we're going to string it through the rubber animal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wire makes it a little bit easier to get it through there. And there you go. So once you have it through the base and the rubber animal, you're going to tie a knot up here. Make sure when you're tying your knot that this doesn't accidentally come unthreaded. You could do something like a loose knot like this just to keep it from, you know, coming unthreaded. So You just take the 2 strands. We're going to do a tight knot, so as close to the top as possible. And I just pull these strands a little bit at a time, not too tight. And just keep working your way around so that there's no loop. You don't want this. You don't want to worry about a toe or a nail or something getting stuck in that. So keep pulling these tight. Until you're satisfied. There we go. All right, so now that's the hardest part and it's all done. So here's your toy, here's your loop to put a C-link or a pear link through, depending on what kind of bird you have. If you have a heavy chewer then, or a larger bird, then I would use a pear link, nickel plated, or stainless steel. If you have a smaller bird or a bird that's not so rough on their toys, then you can get away with using a C-link. So now I'm going to hang this up. Once you put your first couple pieces, once you start your first strand, then you won't have to worry about this frisbee falling down. So I'll just show you guys how I did one of the strands. And then you guys can use your imagination and string it however it is that you'd like. So I start with something that's a little skinnier up top so that the wood can be flush to the frisbee and there's not any exposed poly rope up at the very top. That's what I did with this one. It's hard to do this one-handed. So then just keep stringing it however you'd like, and then you will add in, whether the frisbee or the pumpkin or however it is that you want to do it. With my toy, I like to just kind of do it a different distance for each, main part. So I did the pumpkin up here. You can see I try to do it a little bit lower for the box. You will want to put knots occasionally throughout each strand, so if your bird does chew it and they happen to cut it off, the whole toy doesn't fall apart. So there are various knots throughout the whole toy on each strand to keep that from happening. Like here's a knot here, there's one up higher. I did put a little bit of distance between the paper box and the frisbee so that they can get in there and forage. I did put skinnier pieces of wood in the boxes and in the Frankenstein, just so that you can fit different things in there, like treats or nuts or whatever it is that you want to hide in here to make your bird work for it and have a little bit of fun. Another thing I did is you did receive 6 different paper straws. I cut these in half. So where it might look like on this toy that there's more than 6 here, I just cut them in half so that I can shove them in there easier. And with your little spiders, just something extra to add on there, just a little bit of, extra texture or fun for your bird. I just put it on one of the long pieces. It just snapped right on top of that. So there's that. Really, this toy is open to your imagination. You can string it however you'd like, in whatever fashion or order that you want. You can add some extra things from home if you've got them, whatever. So hopefully you guys have a lot of fun with this toy and that your bird loves it and has fun with it as well. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, then just leave them in the comments and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Thank you.